Meals featured in this program had been prearranged. Viewer discretion is advised. Japan is the ultimate food lover's paradise. I'm traveling across the land of the rising sun to discover the culture, the history, and most importantly, the food. Itadakimasu! This is Best in the World Japan. Surrounded by mountains on three sides and known as the City of 1,000 Shrines, Kyoto defines traditional Japan and possesses an ingrained cultural heritage, punctuated by a history unrivaled by any other Japanese city. Kyoto remains awash with remnants of its past glory, and everywhere you look, there is evidence of this. Beautiful temples and a whole lot of zen. For many of its residents, it's the perfect city. Beautiful, cultural, and full of good food.
For over 1,000 years, Kyoto used to be the capital of Japan, making it a rich city in terms of culture and history. Now, that can also be reflected in its food. Some of Japan's most exquisite cuisines can be found right here, and it's easy to work your way through the entire spectrum. Local ingredients are paired with the famous Japanese attention to detail to yield fantastic results. Now, while there are many great dishes here, Wagyu is the holy grail of them all, and I can't wait to sink my teeth into that.
But before I take on the celebrated bovine, I traveled to the neighboring prefecture of Nara, which is about an hour away. And just like Kyoto, Nara too has a long and rich history.
Nara is considered to be one of the oldest regions in Japan and the cradle to Japanese civilization. Now that means they had a long time to perfect its food. One of those old foods is chagayu, which is basically a porridge where rice is boiled in tea. Now, of course, it sounds like a very simple dish, but it's said to be very refreshing and fragrant. And what better way to try this ancient dish than in an ancient building that's 180 years old?
What did I tell you, huh? It's totally zen. Okay, you're like chilling. You got this at the back over here. I mean, like, this is a typical Japanese old school garden. And here's the chagayu. It smells amazing. Arigatou gozaimasu. It's not really like porridge. It's like rice cooked in soup. Oh man, it smells like, you know, I want to drink it. Let's try it without anything first. Here we go. It's so chilling, okay? And I'm not talking about chilling like it's cold, it's like chilling. Flavor is just that of the tea and the rice and the starchiness of the rice. And you know how rice has its own unique, very slight taste, right? And that's what you get, you know? It's really cool. I'm gonna take this out, so I'm gonna try the pickle. I believe this is mustard leaves. And that's brilliant. Really nice and salty and sour at the same time. You eat that with your chagayu. Oh, it's good. This pairing, right, had hundreds and hundreds of years to perfect itself. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing. It looks so simple, but the flavors are great. It's not unheard of for it to have been cooked with other types of teas, you know what I mean? Which is a really cool thing. I mean, like, back home, we cook our rice in coconut milk, and that gives us nasi lemak, and here you cook it in tea, and you have yourself chagayu. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, maybe we should start cooking our rice in tea, but, you know, we're gonna have heavy diabetic stuff going on there, because that teh tarik is gonna make your rice, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them. Imagine sitting in a setting like you're in someone's house. Wait, you are in someone's house, and the view like this, sitting down with food this amazing. Do I need to say it?
Although that is one of the most uncomplicated dishes I've had, the flavors and aroma of chagayu are unexpectedly amazing. Just goes to prove that sometimes the simple things in life are the best. Now I'm off to look for some dessert. This is a really special one because it's made from the roots of kudzu. While kudzu is fairly common in Japan, to find top-grade roots, you have to go deep into the mountains during the cold winter.
There's not many people actually looking for kuzu anymore, or they're not going out to actually find kuzu, so it's becoming quite a rarity.
Kudzu is actually a leguminosai plant, like soybeans, and the dessert I'm about to eat is called kudzukiri. It's made with the arrowroot starch and then cut into the shape of noodles.
Dip it into the sugar, double, triple that style, and here we go. I love this dish because it's cold. It's a nice cold dessert. I wonder what this is. Is it just giving it as well? Let's have a look. It's a sour. Is it sour? It became a bit salty as well. So here's a palate cleaner. It's a salted kelp. That's crazy. Why would you want to clean your palate when you got something so gorgeous like this? So let me describe this for you, okay? You're in Nara. It's a beautiful, beautiful scenery. We're very thankful to be here in the fall season because it's just really pretty and it's very good weather. Sitting down, enjoying this beautiful, beautiful kuzukiri. A best in the world experience. You know this. You know this. You want this.
Once upon a time, even before Kyoto, Nara was the capital of Japan. I'm in Nara Park, and today I'm going to be enjoying the sights with my dear friend. How can you not love this place? It's so chilled. You know what I mean? Tranquilo. For a best in the world experience, this is really like you eating with your eyes and you're inhaling, you're eating with fresh air. It's just great. Hey! This is my dear friend, Buck. Hey, Buck. How you doing, man? What'd you do last night? Yeah, I know, me too. How's the wife and kid? Yeah? Yep, I know that feeling. Pretty annoying, right? Hey, you want some food? Hey, sit down, relax. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, you like that. It's actually pretty delicious.
Tea tastes different if you use your heart.
If this is where you work, you're walking around like this the whole time, you know what I mean?
We'll be right back after these messages.
Tea is the most popular beverage in Japan. Everywhere you go, there will be some form of tea. Ryokucha, which is green tea, being the most common. But did you know, many centuries ago, it is said that Buddhist monks returning from China brought back young tea trees. Thus, the beginning of popular tea culture in Japan. Chawa iketeru.
Between Nara and Kyoto lies the small city of Uji. Thanks to its strategic location between the two former capitals, Uji developed as a cultural center as well. I'm here to meet with Akiko, someone who knows this place well.
Akiko-san?
Oh, Masan.
Hi!
Hi.
Razif, konnichiwa.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, fine, thank you.
It's a beautiful day today.
Yes, it's a beautiful day and Uji is a beautiful place.
Yes.
It's so like a postcard.
Yeah.
Shall we walk around and check things out?
Okay, let's go.
What is Uji famous for?
Oh, do you know green tea? It's very famous.
Green tea?
Yeah.
Matcha, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We have high quality of green tea here. And also we have 2 World Cultural Heritage. So would you like to experience the tea ceremony?
Yes,
Yes,
I would love to
shall we
experience
go?
the tea
Yeah.
ceremony. Cool. Oh, I can smell that tea already. Yeah.
Hello,
hi.
Hello, konnichiwa.
Where are you from?
Razif-san from Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Hi.
Toby.
Hajimemashite,
Nice to meet you.
Toby.
Konnichiwa. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Uji and tea are so closely associated that it's hard to think of one without the other. We're going to Mitsuboshi and Kanbayashi, a tea shop that used to serve the shogun and has been passed down for 16 generations. This place doesn't just sell tea, but also aims to impart the knowledge and history of it through a tea ceremony.
So what we do is, we have two hands, so we always use two hands. With our left hand, we hold the stone on the bottom. With our right hand, we take the bamboo stick. And then what we do is we turn counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
And the speed is at 1 turn in 1 second. And then on the side, you see there's matcha powders coming out, step by step. It's always the same speed, is very important. If you're too fast or if you're too slow, then you're going to heat up the stone and the powder is going to burn and it tastes more strong and bitter. So always make it with your heart. Tea tastes different if you use your heart.
Really?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, I love that. Tea tastes different if you use your heart. Oh, yeah.
Take 2 grams out of this container. So we take it close, we take the chashaku with our right hand, and then we take 2 scoops out. 2 scoops gives you around 2 grams. Ishaku, so 1 gram. Nishaku gives you around 2 grams. And then what you do is you make 1 time the stepping, only once. And the reason is there was some powder left on the scoop, and with the stepping it falls down. So you commit your feeling you're gonna waste some tea powder. So it's very important in the tea ceremony. The next step is we need some hot water, but it's not boiling. And we don't need a lot of it. We just fill the tea bowl with around 1/4. Next step, we whisk the tea. So we use 2 hands, we hold the tea bowl with our left hand, and we just move up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down like this. When it gets creamy and foamy, what you do is you slow down a little bit. Just on the surface, you move a little bit from the left to the right to make the bubbles. Before you take the whisk out, you make 1 circle to the middle, only 1. Put the whisk down, and that's it. The tea ceremony is beautiful. So the most beautiful way to drink matcha is we put in our left hand, stabilize with our right hand, and then before we do anything further, we say itadakimasu. There's always a picture on a tea bowl, and it depends a little on tea bowl. Picture is the most beautiful place, so you don't put your mouth there, it would be unpolite. So what you do is you turn the picture away. Then you drink the tea like this. When you're finished with your tea, you turn it back, so the picture fronts you again. You put the tea bowl down, you bow once again. Gochou-sama deshita.
I mean, it's mind-blowing how such attention to detail comes in. Even with a picture that you turn away because it is a beautiful part, you want to show it off, and then you want to bring it back, and you want to bring it to your mouth, and the way you hold everything from the grinding all the way to the end. And this tea, let me just explain something. The frothy flavor and the quality of this tea, it's astounding. I mean, I've drank green tea in my life, right? But like, you know, this is something else, you know, I mean. Well, tell you what, green tea, pretty sure you can get it everywhere, but it comes from the heart. Where better to have it than the place that cultivated it, the heart itself that cultivated it, and that's here in Japan. So, itadakimasu.
That was tea-rific. Next time I have tea with my friends, I'm gonna teach them that. Now, it's time to go outdoors, under the sun, and pick out my next meal.
Fruit picking is very popular in Japan amongst tourists and locals alike. Now, because Japan has 4 seasons, they can fully utilize the fields according to the time of the year to produce the best harvest the land has to offer. This is Chihiro-san. Whoa! He's the man. Okay, let's go, Chihiro-san. We're here? We're here? We're here? Here? Gotta love the pears, man. Yeah. Why do you put so low?
これはもう梨の重さで
It's quite crazy. I mean, like if you're walking around here every day, if this is where you work, you're walking around like this the whole time. You know what I mean? I mean, I should really be, like, you know, yeah, very monkey-like. Hey, why do you have a radio here?
ラジオ、夜動物が入ってこないよ
Oh, so wait. What do you play?
FM
FM radio. It's like, that's cool, man. Because like, imagine, right, the animals come and they're just about to take this, but then they hear the music like, and they forget about the pets and they start partying.
だってこうエアがボン
So there's nobody actually firing shots.
バードバード
Yeah, okay, I got it. So what's next? Oh, look at that. Do you see that? Okay, Chihiro-san just cut the pear and it's like it's bursting with water. Arigatou gozaimasu. Itadakimasu. Oh. It's so watery. It's like, it's amazing. It just bursts. And with water. And it's juicy and it's like, you know, it's like, it's lush. Lush is the word. Like, The skin makes it tasty as well. That's a whole new texture. It's luscious, crunchy, but with the skin intact, it just gives it that extra, you know, yeah? Sink your teeth into there. This is perfect. This is the most perfect pear I've ever eaten in my life. Arigatou gozaimasu. And it's right off the tree, man. Right off the tree. Best in the world, doesn't get any better than this.
How Perry fulfilling. Although it's just a fruit, it's so juicy I can consider it a meal. But you know what else is juicy? What else will bring me so much joy? Wagyu!
It's got this really nice, you know, tang to it. It's like, nga, nga. And this is what meat should be like all the time.
When in Japan, it is not appropriate to point your fingers like this. Instead, put your palms face up, fingers together like this. Nani shiterun desu ka?
Wagyu is simply translated as Japanese beef, but there's nothing simple about it. In fact, it's a life-changing experience, and I'm about to try that firsthand. But why here at Nanzan? Because they've collaborated with a cattle farm to produce a specific breed of cows just for this restaurant. That's what I'm talking about, right? Kyotan Kuro Wagyu, okay? I mean, this stuff is supposedly fen noms bens nulls, okay? So what we have here is some rump, some more rump, and this is some shoulder, you got some rib, and you got some sirloin. Here they gave you a bit of fat, which is just supposed to go here to heat that up, but I might just eat it because, you know, it's Kyotan Kuro Wagyu, man. Let's start step one. Kyotan Kuro Wagyu is supposedly a very special type of Wagyu beef. It's a mixed parentage cow, okay? So it's half one type cow, another half another type cow. And I'm going to tell you what it is in a second. I think I'm going to begin with the rump. Fat sort of occurs in many different areas. And it's like a signature, you know what I mean? It's got a little story to it. Can't wait. So we leave that to cook for a while. The Kyotan Kuro Wagyu is well known Kyoto brand Wagyu, and it's a hybrid of a male black Wagyu and a female Tankaku Wagyu. So it says here, please enjoy good taste and well balanced with sweetness of the marbled meat of father and deliciousness of the red meat of mother. That's poetry right there, okay? It's absolutely insane. Here what they serve you is a bit of dipping sauce. They also give you Japanese salt, right? And apparently it's really good if you also mix it with a bit of wasabi and salt. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Itadakimasu. This is what meat should be like all the time, okay? Oh my god. It's got this really nice, you know, tang to it. It's like, and it's like the really good type, but it's happening inside you, so you're like, you know, that's the kind of feel that you get when you're eating this beef. It's brilliant. One of the secrets that makes this beautiful, beautiful dish
is that the Kyoto Kuro Wagyu is fed Kyoto Okara, which is a soy byproduct, so to speak. And it keeps them really healthy. That's what makes this delicious taste. Okay, let's try this out. So I'm just putting in a bit of salt and a bit of wasabi. Whoa. Springy, it's soft. It's really sweet, you know, like beautiful, savory. You just want to savor it. You won't keep it in your mouth. You want it there for a long time. How do I feel? I don't even know how I feel, man. I'm just gonna enjoy this. This is the better part of the rum. Oh. This part of the rum doesn't have so much fat, but it doesn't lose the taste at all. It's sweet, tender, juicy. There's nothing more to describe this. You have to go behind the philosophy of all this. Who on earth would come up with an idea, first of all, to reinvent beef? You know what I mean? It's something extremely huge to me, and you're never going to get that anywhere else but Japan. Oh, and that sauce is a killer too, huh? This is holy meat, okay? I'm telling you, it's absolutely insane. It may just look like something normal, but I'll tell you what, with this, Wagyu C is not Wagyu Get. It's way better than that, you know? Apparently, this building, this house, was not originally here. It was actually from another prefecture, but it was brought over to Kyoto because they just wanted to preserve this beautiful heritage. The story is all around, you can read about it, but the feeling, right? You're sitting down in a 300-year-old, or effectively 300-year-old building, sitting down eating really beautiful Wagyu, beautiful marbling, amazing experience. It's a very simple setup, but you know, it's fun because you get to get into the action as well. You're doing the cooking. This feeling here is one of the best in the world. You know what I mean? That's what you're looking for. So of course, I've been eating with a bit of wasabi and a bit of salt, and of course this beautiful, beautiful dip, but I bet it tastes just as good or even better by itself. And it does. It does.
To me, Kyoto manages to complement the traditional with a tinge of contemporary by finding the delicate balance between old and new. I've had a great time eating the ancient dish of chagayu, learning about the tea ceremony, and even picking my own fruits. But the Wagyu took my Kyoto experience to the next level. The word tender is not enough to explain the silky, melt-in-your-mouth texture. You have to try it for yourself to fully understand. It's the perfect ending to the perfect city.
I get to share my own bonito. Yeah!
Let's face it,
It's an ugly fish. Comes out really, really strong. It's not ondan,
すごーい! Whoa!